Yeah, I gotta get back. I'll just use this one. All right, so I'm just getting on, guys. If you can hear me, say what's up. See if this thing's working. We had some technical difficulties. Right on. It looks like it's working. Thanks for coming out tonight, guys. I'm excited, nervous to talk. I was telling my girl right now that I'm more nervous to be in here than to playing a game, so take it easy on me. All right, first question. What football team do I support? Rams, Raiders, or Chargers? It's a good question. I'm a Rams fan. I always have been a Rams fan, not a bandwagon. Been a Rams fan since '01, since I was born, basically. But I like the Raiders as well since they're from Vegas. I got to represent the Raiders. Okay, what's the best part about being on the LA GaLaxy? For me personally, when I got drafted to the LA GaLaxy, I was in shock. Probably one of the best moments of my life is seeing that my name associated with the LA GaLaxy. So of course, it's always been a dream of mine. I attended games when I was little, saw David Beckham, Donovan, Zardes, Edson Buttle, all those guys playing, and we're at the games with my family. We always made it a priority to go to the GaLaxy games when we were here in town. So I think that's the best part of being on the GaLaxy is because I've already supported them my whole life. So now I'm a part of this family, but as a player. We'll see. We'll go to G-Man. So Julian's guilty pleasure is Chick-fil-A. Derek Williams is In-N-Out. Guilty pleasure is McDonald's. Besides your wife and mom's cooking, what do you like to eat on your cheat day off season? That's a tough one. I have a big sweet tooth. So if it's not ice cream, if it's a meal, I would say Raising Cane's. I love Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is my spot. Thank you, CM Grizz. Appreciate it. What's something you want to accomplish right now? Right now, I just want to play in games. I'm suspended from second team, and I would love to play for the first team if the opportunity was handed to me, but I just want to be playing in games, and so that's what I want to be accomplishing right now, is just playing in games. I see two questions of who's my idol, what striker do I look up to. Growing up, I was a huge Wayne Rooney fan. I love Wayne Rooney. He was probably the guy that made me love soccer. So if it's not Wayne Rooney, modern day, I love watching Lewandowski, Benzema, of course. Those are two of the best strikers in the world right now. So pretty fun. Do I have any pregame or postgame rituals? My pregame rituals, I like to be early to the games. If I feel rushed, I will get a little anxious. So I have to be there early. When I'm driving to the games, actually, I like to go a little bit faster. A little bit dangerous. My wife gets mad at me, but I like to drive a little bit faster, get the adrenaline flowing. But once I get to the game, I do some of my prehab, and I listen to a lot of Kanye West. I'm a very superstitious person, so if I'm wearing cleats during the game and I don't score a goal wearing those cleats, I'll switch them up the next game. But if I'm scoring goals in the cleats I'm wearing, I'll keep on wearing them until I stop scoring a goal. Very superstitious. Favorite football player? Favorite football player right now is Cooper Kupp. Gotta be. As a striker, do you prefer power or placement? You gotta have a little bit of both, right? But if I had to choose, I'd say power. Feels good coming off your foot when you just hit it as hard as you can. See the ball flying into the back of the net. That would be That'd be my favorite part. If you weren't a professional footballer, what would you be? A lot of people have asked me this, and I would love to be a singer. I think it's so cool when people can sing well, and I think touring would be pretty fun, singing in front of a lot of people. But I'm a terrible singer. What's my favorite song? Huh. It's a good question. I don't know. Um, I'll think about that. I'll get back to that one. Um, any funny pranks or stories that I could share? There's a lot of funny stuff that happens in the locker room. Don't know if I should share that, but a lot of funny pranks in the background of the locker room. None I could think of off the top of my head. Favorite goal I scored so far had to be in San Diego. It wasn't that big of a goal. It was just that I looked in the crowd and I was shushing them. I'm like that, but I was shushing all the fans and I just see 20, 30 people flipping me off, and that hypes me up even more. So that just makes it a favorite goal. I mean, San Diego's a great team, but we have never beat them there before that goal, so it was a good feeling beating San Diego. Let's see. What are some of the most intimidating atmospheres you played against? Um, I haven't played in too many intimidating atmospheres. USL is quite different. There's not as many people, not as many fans. But I am the target of most of the fans and the away games. I'm a bigger guy. Um, I like the negative attention on the field when I'm playing away. It hypes me up. Um, so I kind of egg on the fans. So I wouldn't say they're intimidating, but I mean the Chivas game, I wouldn't say it was intimidating. Before the game, I was a little bit intimidated, just being with the first team and playing in the SoFi Stadium, as I've watched football games before. But when I was in the game, I felt at home, felt awesome. I would love to play in SoFi every weekend. Right on, GaLaxy fan 89. Right there with you. How long have you and Josh Jack played together, and how tight are you? So I played at California Baptist University for my first 2 years of college, just down in Riverside. And when I transferred to Denver, after that year, Josh Jack was at Grand Canyon, and Josh Jack was looking to transfer as well. So we ended up transferring together to University of Denver, going into our junior year. So I've known Josh for about 4 years now. We're pretty tight. He's one of my better friends. Just because I've been with him so long, he's a good kid, very nice, always there for me. Don't know if I can answer that question, Luis. But if I had to, I'd say both. uh, Favorite type of defender to play up against? I love playing against physical defenders. For me, when defenders think they can outbody me or are stronger than me, that just makes me even more hyped up to play against them, to prove a point against them. Um, so I love playing against bigger defenders, strong defenders. Uh, what team do you follow internationally? Internationally, if you say Inter by jersey, oh, like club, not international team. Club team, I do not follow Inter. I follow Manchester United. As you can tell, my favorite player is Wayne Rooney. Tough task right now being a Man United fan, but we'll stick with them. Have to. Uh, Thanks, Kicks. Uh, what helps you improve your game best? Um, I think there's a lot of things that I try to do to help improve my game. I think a lot of it is off the field. Getting your mind right, making sure your head's in the right spot, is the biggest part of getting your game right. Because if your head's not right, then your body won't follow. So that's what I've been trying to work on, is just getting my mind right, letting the rest follow. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Huh. Uh, interesting question. I think I could take a horse-sized duck. What can you do differently to become a starter for GaLaxy? Um, I won't say differently, but what I would do if I was a starter for the GaLaxy, I mean, every time I put on that badge, it's a blessing. Um, it's a blessing to wear that badge. So what I like to do is just try to share my passion for the club, for the sport. Um, I like to be physical, love to be physical. Um, I love to score goals. So those are things that I mean, some of them I can guarantee, but others just come along with the game. Any local tips when going to Vegas? Stay away from the casinos. House always wins. House always wins. Uh, favorite favorite part of training? Favorite part of training? We always do small sided games throughout the week. So just like 77, 88, 66, games like that. Um, competition is fun. It's always fun to compete against your teammates. You get into it. You get a bragging rights at the end of the training sessions. So that's pretty fun. Nike or Adidas? Nike. Nike always. I've tried Adidas for cleats. I can't do it. I've always been Nike. I don't think I could change that. And I'm very superstitious with that as well. So if you had your pick and all numbers were available, what number would you wear? Um, I've been a lot of numbers throughout my life. But right now, uh, maybe 9 or 19, maybe more 19, so I could try to create a little bit of my own number. I feel like a lot of forwards are 9. I'll try to be a little bit different. Dodgers or Angels? Dodgers. Dodgers running the family. My grandpa, my dad, Dodgers. And that's fun being a Dodgers fan right now. It's the one thing that's fun. Dodgers and Rams. Two good teams to like right now. Favorite LA Galaxy player of all time? So I had a couple of Landon Donovan jerseys growing up, and so I'd say he's my favorite Galaxy player. But if we're going off coaching, I wouldn't say he's my favorite coach. Nothing against him. I just don't like playing against San Diego. But I definitely loved watching him play. I loved watching him win the cup. He always showed great passion, super fast. I still remember his goal in the World Cup like it was yesterday. I always admired Landon Donovan the way he played. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Um, I would like to see myself in the World Cup in the United States. That's my goal. Of course, that's a lot of people's goal, but I'm going to try to do everything I can to play here. I think that would be an amazing experience. What's better, playing at home or away? For the first team, home, of course. I haven't got a chance to play at home, but I was on the bench game. But being at that stadium in front of all you guys, you can't beat that, especially when you're winning. You guys are great there. Always show a lot of support, through thick and thin. Um, definitely home, but for USL away, just because we get a little bit more fans, um, get a little bit more energy away. Love to have you more of you guys come out to G2 games, by the way, if you guys can make it. Of course, I'll give you guys tickets if you guys wanted to come. What are your hobbies outside of soccer? Um, my hobbies, I think Rocket League has been one recently. Rocket League. I've been into sports cards recently. I like looking at basketball, football, sports cards. And no, I came after Zlatan. Did you ever get to practice Zlatan? I came after Zlatan. I wish I did. I heard a lot of stories about him. I wish I got a chance to train with him. Do you think you will be a game changer? And if so, what can you bring that would be different? I think I answered this a little bit earlier, but of course, I think I'll be a game changer. I'm confident in my ability. I know I could change a game. I could score goals at the MLS level. Um, then exercise, yes. What are your thoughts on the nickname Big P? So that's funny. You already have a nickname. It's called Below Average P. Not Big P. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Big P. I'm not going to take Big P. Uh, what's your favorite LA Galaxy kit? My favorite Galaxy kit, I had a jersey. It was the black Galaxy kit with gold lettering. I think gold numbers. Um, I love that kit. Um, what influenced your hairstyle? As a striker, as a person, I always like to be different. I've had this. I mean, the past couple years I dye it blonde, but I like to have this haircut. It gives me a little bit of an edge. And if people ask me, I say it's a little bit more aerodynamic. And whenever I cut it off, I just regret it. So I've just been keeping it. Do you like the name GaLAxy as a fan club? I love the name GaLAxy. I think Chris Tucker came up with it. Uh, I think that's hilarious. I love it. Whenever people are saying GaLAxy on Twitter or Instagram, I see it. I think it's funny. I love it. It's cool to have your own little fan club. Juggernaut. I like the Juggernaut. Have you met Rick Puig yet? I think it's Puig how you pronounce it. And yeah, he's been training the past couple of days, and he's amazing. Um, he's gonna be really good for us. Really technical. Um, great player. Really nice. Would you rather win the Champions League or World Cup? World Cup for sure. Winning the United States first World Cup would be unreal. And World Cup is just more rare, right? It's only every 4 years. Um, what are your feelings on the other LA teams that play down there? What's Exposition Park? I don't know if I'm getting that wrong. I don't think I know what Exposition Park is. Uh, LAFC? We don't talk about them. Come on, guys. Come on. We're not here to talk about LAFC. We own them. Come on, guys. Let's look at the last few results. We own them. Those are our sons over there. What do you think about the Cleveland Brawl conspiracy that Kevin and his brother switch off and on every game, every other game? I can confirm. I've seen it happen. They look alike. Easy to switch on and off. No, that's definitely not happening. They're easy to tell apart. You look at them for a couple seconds, you get them apart. I love Kevin. I love Remy. Besides you, who else has the most drip on game day? All right, Jalen Neal. Jalen Neal has a lot of drip. That guy comes in with some cool shades, some nice shoes. It's out there, but you gotta respect it, and he pulls it off. You gotta love Jalen's drip. Galaxy Mom 4, there you go. I knew you were in here, that's why I said it. Who has the worst gas in the locker room? Say me. Keep it on the low, though. You mentioned ice cream. What's the best flavor? Gotta go chocolate. Chocolate, fudge brownie, anything with chocolate. Chocolate peanut butter. Big chocolate guy. Can't go wrong with any chocolate ice cream. Honestly, you can't go wrong with ice cream in general. That's right, Grizz. Can I 1v1 you on FIFA? Yeah, I mean, I haven't played for a while. I used to play. The game gets me too mad. But I don't know how good you are, but I guess I can embarrass you one of these days. So I like, this is Brayers versus Brayers ice cream. I like Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie. That's the best one. Um, yes, GaLaxy Fan 89. Kebby FC, can I buy you a beer? You can buy me a beer and I'll hand it to GaLaxy Fan 89. He'll drink it for me. But I'll be there. I'll be there when it happens. CM Grizz, what has been the worst injury so far? Does it still bother you? Luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had too bad of injuries up to this date. When I was a kid, when I was like 12 years old, I had an injury where part of the bone in my knee was dying, and that was going on for a year or two. So they had to drill into my bone to help rejuvenate it. That wasn't fun, but no, it doesn't still bother me. It doesn't bother me. I've been very blessed with that. Questions are slowing down, guys. What's going on? Sad for new MW2. Yes, I am excited, but my girl definitely isn't. It's bad this time of year. All the games come out. I feel like you don't even have enough time to play them all. You got 2K, Madden, FIFA, MW2. Um, Gotta find time to play them all. Arsenal or Tottenham? To be honest, both. I mean, none. None of. I always. I never liked Arsenal growing up. Uh, I've been to a Tottenham game in the new stadium, so I would have to say Tottenham. Um, do I have a stats goal I was shooting for this year? Um, no, I try not to put a stat out there. Put a limit, I would say. Um, I don't shoot for goals, or I do shoot for goals, but I don't shoot for a certain number of goals. Put more, not pressure on me, but um, I just go out there and try to score every game. Madrid or Barca? I'm indecisive on that one. I can't really pick one or the other. I love watching both of them. I've been to both of their games. I love Messi. I love Ronaldo. I don't get the argument between the both. I think they're both great. They're both generational talents. I gotta respect both of them. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Also, what's your favorite junk food? So I was allergic to pineapple growing up, so I would say it doesn't belong on pizza, but I would be a bad person to answer that question. What's my favorite junk food? I love candy, mostly candy, sour candy, chocolate. I have a big sweet tooth. I try to stay away from it, but what is your least favorite freeway to drive on? Choose any freeway in California around 4 to 5 o'clock is my least favorite freeway to drive on, or 8 a.m. From Vegas to LA, not fun driving in the freeway. Favorite chocolate bar? I don't know if many people know this. You know this chocolate bar? Reese's Fast Break. That's my favorite chocolate bar. If you know that, you're goated. Not many people know that, but that's definitely my favorite. My favorite chocolate bar. Um, I kind of do have a superstition I follow. I kind of explained that earlier. If I have a haircut or cleats, if I'm scoring goals with that haircut or cleats, I'll keep them, especially cleats. Sometimes in games of the first half, if I don't score a goal in the first half, I'll change my cleats for second half. If I'm not feeling like I have a good enough touch, or if I missed a bad shot or something. So cleats, I'm very superstitious with. I'll wear cleats even if they're torn apart until I stop scoring goals with those cleats. How old am I? I am 23. 23 years old. Favorite pair of cleats I've ever owned were Nike Hypervenoms, like the original Hypervenoms. Those are my favorite cleats. Those will always be my favorite cleats. Um, Most memorable moment this season would have to be playing in front of all those fans in SoFi. I wish I would have scored a goal. I thought I did. I was already celebrating, but that was fun. Would love to play in front of you guys more often. What is Preston Judd's favorite Pokemon? I wasn't a big Pokemon guy, but I would say Snorlax. Pretty big guy. Big guy, funny guy. How did I meet my wife? She slid into my Instagram messages. And she's right next to me and she hit me. That's what I tell everybody. Um, Favorite TV shows? Do I like anime? I never got into anime. Never got into anime. I watch pretty much every TV show out there. Breaking Bad. I loved Breaking Bad. Um, Last Kingdom was good. What I'm watching recently. Whatever I watched recently. Stranger Things. Stranger Things awesome. I never watched Better Call Saul. I was kind of salty at the end of Breaking Bad. I never got into Better Call Saul. I love Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is really good as well. What's your advice for my 18-month-old to go pro? Um, Learn how to run first. Learn how to run. Learn how to kick a ball. Uh, Love the sport. When are we going to start asking real questions? Smooshy, let's ask them. Waiting for a question from you, Smooshy Face. Are you excited to play with Ricky? Of course. I don't know who wouldn't be excited to play with Ricky. He's a talent. He's amazing to play with. He'll find you the ball. He's great with his feet. Kid's awesome. He's a stud. Are you gonna get upset when his kid takes my spot? If I'm still playing pro when his kid becomes old enough, then that's a blessing itself. So I wouldn't be upset. Is there anything about being a footballer that can be frustrating? Yes, of course. Lots of things to be frustrating. Being a pro footballer is a roller coaster. Lots of ups and lots of downs. Lots of frustrating things, whether it's traveling, um, maybe you don't like something going on at practice or within the team. I think all pro footballers feel this. Um, just a lot of stuff that can bring you down, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that can build you up. Uh, what state has the worst airport? Denver. Denver by far. It's actually a nice airport, but going in there, getting out of there, uh, the turbulence getting in and out of there is awful. I've been there quite a bit. Who would you like to meet? Doesn't have to be football related. Hmm. Football related Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney, I'd like to meet Wayne Rooney. Non football related. Maybe Ryan Reynolds. Funny guy, good actor. Uh, do G2 and GaLaxy senior team train together often, or are they pretty much separate? No, they're separate. It would be very rare if they train together, have a joint session. Pretty separated. With the rise of social media dominating player communication, is there something you would change? An example could be more press conferences or less players mentioning social media. I think more players should be interacting on social media. Actually, social media is a great platform. Of course, you're gonna have a lot of trolls on social media, as there always will be. But I think there's a lot of good people on social media that genuinely want to see you succeed, and if you can communicate with those people and be around those people, you can build great relationships on social media. Be more interactive with a lot of people. So I think more players should take the time to be on social media and try to create these bonds with the fans. We all know that you sacrifice a lot going to games, spending your time at games, spending your money on games. So I think you guys should have a little bit more in return. Whether it's those moments where you get to meet players or just talk to them on social media, I think that's pretty important. Smushy Face, that's your important question. 1v1 you when the new MW2 game releases. You can 1v1 me. I'm terrible at MW2. You'd win, but we could set that up. How different are G2 practices compared to the first team practices? It's different levels. It's definitely different levels. Definitely different levels. It's fun being in first team training. It's fun being in GaLaxy 2 trainings. It's different atmospheres. I think the technical ability is better in the first team. Nothing against the second team, but that's why we're second team and they're first team. We have stuff to work on, so we get to the first team. When do you know you wanted to be a pro? I knew ever since I was 2 years old. My older brother played soccer. He's 4 years older than me. I grew up watching him play. I started playing when I was 3, and ever since then I wanted to be a professional soccer player. I've known ever since I was a little kid. Although we see you as a complete forward, what is one part of your game that you are currently working on? So I love running in behind defenders. I love getting in a physical contest with defenders. I think the one part I'm trying to work on right now is checking to the ball, getting on the ball more. I know I can make a difference when I'm on the ball, and I think I need to try to get on the ball more, checking in underneath the defense instead of running in behind. That's what I've been trying to work on. What games do you play on PS4, Xbox, or PC? I play on Xbox. Xbox is the way to go. How many children are in you and your wife's future? So funny story behind that. So I found out how to make a child when I was around 9 years old, and then I asked my dad. I was like, "Hey, Dad, is this true? This is how you make kids?" And he said yes. He gave me the little talk, and I was like, "Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna have 100 kids." I mean, I was 9 years old. Pretty funny story, but as of now, as of now, I'd like to have 2 kids. I can see 2 kids in our future. Hopefully, both boys. Gotta teach them the ways. 100 kids, you have to start working for. Yeah, my wife's definitely not on board. Who gets nutmeg the most in practice? I honestly get nutmegged a lot. I have pretty long legs. I'm not the best at going in one on defense. I get nutmegged a lot, but after they nutmeg me, it's hard getting around me. I'll just foul them. Exactly. If you guys are gonna support the Jagalos, I'll have 100 Jagalos on the way. Very least. The very least. Who's your favorite coach? My favorite coach was my coach. Well, my dad was my coach until from like 6 to 18. So besides him, I'd say my California Baptist coach. We had a special relationship. He helped me out a lot. Who's the most light skin on G2 or first team? Says Jalen Neal. Most light skin. I'm thinking Dunbar. We'll go with Dunbar. I'm just kidding, Jalen. Jalen, you're the right answer. Which G2 players do you think you should get a chance on the first team that has yet? That's a tough question to ask me, because if it was up to me, I'd play a lot of G2 players, because I think a lot of the G2 players have the skills and the ability to play, but I'm not the coach. I think G2 has a lot of good talent in the future, and you're going to see a lot of us on the first team making a big difference. I know a lot of us want to be there. And a lot of us have what it takes. Is there a defender on USL and MLS that made you nervous playing against? Definitely not Jalen Neal. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, not really. Not to this date. I'm a pretty confident guy. Playing against defenders, if it's a good defender, well-known defender, it only motivates me that much more. Any academy kids that impressed you? I don't know if he's considered an academy kid anymore, but Alex Alcala. He's a little guy, but man, that kid, his technique, his technical ability is insane. I'm sure you guys have seen some highlights on him. In your opinion, what qualities make a teammate a good captain? So my pet peeve has always been with captains has when they yell a lot, or you'd say that they're a cheerleader. I've had a lot of experiences with these type of captains. Personally, my favorite captain is one that leads by example, whether it's getting a hard tackle or just being there, showing that you're going to war with that team and you're going to die with that team. You win with that team, you lose with that team. Captain always goes down with the ship. So just being there and taking ownership of the team. Toughest defender you've gone against? Jalen, I don't know if you missed it, but I said it wasn't you. I don't know if you missed that or not. What do you think about the MLS Next Pro thing starting next season? I prefer having G2 in USL. If it was up to me, I would keep G2 in the USL. I think it's better competition. You're going against older players. You're going against way more experienced players. I don't think GaLaxy has much of a choice in the matter, but I would definitely have GaLaxy 2 or any team in general. I'd rather have them play in the USL. To be fair, I haven't watched a lot of the MLS Next Pro, but shortest on the team, yeah, that's Dunbar. Has to be Dunbar. Nothing against Dunbar. Best hair on the team. I think that's pretty obvious, guys. I think it's pretty obvious. Gotta be me. Gotta be me. Favorite LA area restaurant? To be honest, I have no idea. I live more towards Orange County. To be honest, I don't have a favorite restaurant down here either. So you guys recommend any? I would definitely be down to go. But no, it's not McDonald's. Do you have any annoying neighbors? Yes, I do. I have a Karen living right across the street from me. Always knocking on our doors. Everybody has a Karen. Come on. What's the best spot to take a wife on a romantic date? I don't know if you guys just heard her, but she said Yogurt Land. She said Yogurt Land. Canes, yes, Canes. Have you been to a Pins and Patches Expo in OC? I have not. I don't even know what that is. I'll definitely check it out. That's a good question, G-Man. You proof that the MLS Super Draft has talent. What is one thing you like to improve about the MLS Super Draft process? To be quite honest, the MLS Super Draft is a joke. It is a huge joke. Nobody takes it serious. I mean, of course, for key to try to make it. Um, but to MLS teams, you don't really take it serious. You have college players, you automatically don't think that they're good enough. Um, Not a lot of opportunities are given to these draft talents. And I know a lot of these draft players could make a lot of impact in the MLS. Um, so I think there's more opportunity to us in general. I mean, of course, in every draft, there's going to be not good players that don't work out, but in every draft, there's a couple of gems that are going to work out, and nobody's ever going to know about it unless you take the chance. Real question: in and out or five guys? In and out all the way, in and out all the way. What's the best piece of advice you've gotten from your coaches? I think growing up, like even in college in my first year of professional soccer, I get really down on myself if I miss a shot, if I do something wrong. I get pretty down on myself. And so coaches have told me just not worrying about the mistake and keep moving forward. Good enough to make a difference in the field, and I can't make that difference if I'm focused on the past. Who has been the most influential person in your life that has shaped your soccer career? I would say my dad. Dad has been with me throughout my whole soccer career, and he's given me opportunities. Not only to I guess make it out. You don't have any academies there. You only have one college. Uh, so you need somebody, whether it's a coach or your father, to help guide you. Just even get into a college. The coach for UNLV, the only Division I soccer school in Nevada, actually told me I was never going to be a D1 player, so I couldn't stay in Vegas. Had to go out elsewhere. Um, that was a big shifting point in my life. I've always had haters. And it's always been my motivation. I know it sounds a little bit cheesy, but can you share a sneak peek of those vocals? Elmer L11, if you give me a song that I know, I will give you a sneak peek. I'll give you a sneak peek. Uh, is there a moment in your career that you feel a bit overwhelmed? Yeah, I mean, there's moments you feel overwhelmed. That's what I've been talking about, though. You just have to get over that. You have to try to clear your head, be in the right mental headspace, be in the right mental headspace to keep moving forward. Do you regret waking up for the United game? 100%. It was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. I woke up on, I think it was a Saturday or Sunday, 7 a.m. Just to see them not even care about the game, not even look like they cared in front of all those home fans in that beautiful stadium. It's a shame. It's a shame. How do you feel that you silenced all the haters? I wouldn't say I silenced any haters. Um, in fact, I mean, I still have plenty of haters. I'm going to continue to prove them wrong, but everybody's going to have their own opinion, and I'm not going to be done proving them wrong until I'm where I want to be in my career. So I'm just gonna keep using Floyd. Biggest asshole you've ever played against? I have no idea. See, I'm the biggest asshole people have played against. You ask other people, they'll tell you me. But I think I'm too big of an asshole to realize other assholes. Post-playing career, you interested in looking for an ethical, so what it might be. I'm definitely interested to stay around the sport, whether it's an agent, coach. I think there's plenty of work to be done in the sport. Um, Definitely be interested. Who's the biggest trash talker on the team? In game, for me, I mean, in game, me for sure. I try not to do it in practice for sure. I don't like doing it in practice. I mean, you don't want to get your teammates mad at you. You wanna have a relationship with your teammates. But in game, you can see me. um, I won't say it's a good thing, but I won't say it's a bad thing either. You have a pet. Uh, you have a pet snake, and it's actually a pet snake. It's actually a pet snake. It's a real pet snake, not a fake pet snake. It's a real pet snake. uh, Do I have any beefs with any specific players on other teams? Have you maintained a professional relationship with opposing players off the field? So that's what I like. I don't like having any beef off the field. And after I do all the talking or what I do on the field, I always go up to them after the game and tell them it's just how I play the game, being competitive, and most people are understanding. Most people are doing it back. So I don't like creating beef off the field. Lost without you, Robin Thicke. I have no idea that song. Maybe if I played it, I don't know. Bro, you really not gonna tell us what your snake's name? It's Big P. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's Sylvie. Sylvie the snake. Sylvie the snake. Favorite band? So I'm a big pop punk guy. Pop punk. Killers, Blink 182. Can't go wrong with pop punk. But I also like rap, hip hop, R&B. I haven't heard the new Killer song, but I've seen them live. It was a great experience. Definitely recommend. I also love old music. Old music. Elton John, Queen. I like all 70s and 80s music. Preston dream car. I don't really have a dream car. I'm more of a shoe guy. I'd rather have shoes. I'd rather have shoes than cars. I love shoes. Are you going to Elton John's show in November? I would love to. I've been looking at tickets. I'd love to go to that show. I think it's the last one ever at the Dodger Stadium. So, which WWE Attitude Era wrestler do you identify as? I wasn't a big WWE wrestler, but my favorite wrestler growing up was The Undertaker. I love The Undertaker. He's a bad man. Kikurudo fan, would you go to the Imagine Dragons concert? I've been to the Imagine Dragons concert um, 4 years back, I believe. I love the Imagine Dragons. What's your favorite pair of sneakers you have right now? My favorite pair of sneakers are Sean Witherspoon Air Maxes. Those are by far my favorite sneakers. I barely wear them. I don't want to get them dirty. I don't want to ruin them, but I love them. Would you do WWE celebration or so? It'd be pretty fun if I RKO'd somebody. I think that might be my next celebration. I just gotta convince someone to let me RKO them. Can you speak Spanish? No. I can understand a lot. Always played. I played my whole life with Latinos and took a few Spanish classes. I can understand a decent amount of Spanish. Can't get the congregations down speaking though, but I understand a decent amount. What's your favorite goal celebration? Last year versus Orange County, uh, before the game, I was just headbutting. I was pretty hyped for the game. I was headbutting the locker. I was headbutting doors, and I think it was actually Jalen. Jalen was right behind me. He's like, dude, what's wrong with you? Told Jalen if I scored a goal that game, or when I scored a goal that game, I'd go and headbutt the corner flag. So I went and headbutted the corner flag. I thought it was pretty funny. If you guys have any recommendations for goal celebrations, hit me up on Twitter or something. Yes, I've done the CR7. I did a CR7 celebration versus my home team Vegas. That was pretty good. Enjoyed that one as well. Do you play sport basketball? So, what is your favorite team? I love basketball. I love playing basketball. I like the Lakers, but growing up, I was a big Dwayne Wade fan. So that's a good question. Excuse me. That's a good question. Package, whatever that name is. GaLAxy is pretty notorious for not having a clear path for tiny players breaking the senior squad. What's the mindset like? Most YouTube players knowing this. Do most players have backup plans? And what other teams would you see yourself playing if the G's don't work out? I mean, obviously it's in basketball. We see a decent amount of players working up to the first team. Seattle, Efren, uh, Dunbar, Jalen. You see a lot of them making to the first team. Um, but I think nobody goes into it with having a backup plan, especially me. Um, if it was up to me, I would spend my whole career with the GaLAxy. I'd love to play with the GaLAxy. I'd love to be scoring goals in front of you guys for the rest of my career. There's nowhere else I'd like to be. I mean, I grew up supporting the GaLAxy. I couldn't say I would want to play with any other team in the MLS. For sure, no. I'm with the best team in the MLS right now, the GaLAxy. Anything else would be a downgrade. Downgrade. Does it feel like going full circle playing against Las Vegas Lights in the USL? So we didn't have the Las Vegas Lights when I was growing up. It was a pretty new team right after I left. But going back there and scoring against them, I think I scored. I think we played around 3 or 4 games against the Lights, and I had 5 goals against the Lights. Um, so I think it definitely brings something out of me playing the Lights in front of Vegas fans. I'm gonna start wrapping this up here. So a few more questions and might be my bedtime. If you didn't turn pro, what was your plan B as a career post college university? It's a great question. I wish I had the answer. It's scrolling down. Have you met Alan Gordon? You guys seem like similar styles. I've watched a lot of Alan Gordon. Love the way he plays. I'd love to meet Alan Gordon, but I've heard that a lot. I have similar styles. I think that's a compliment. Would you be down to jump into the Lars like Dejan did at Celebration? Of course I'd be down. Of course I'd be down. I plan on doing that one day. Definitely plan on doing that. Yeah, so I'll just wrap it up. I appreciate all you guys taking your time to listen to me. I mean, not the interesting of a guy. Appreciate you guys all, and I'm looking forward to talking to you guys, whether it's on social media or seeing you at games. Say hi to me. Always like interacting with you guys. I appreciate it, and keep supporting the GaLaxy. I mean, we need you now more than ever. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.